Okay. Looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. If you can hear me, please drop a comment. Let me know we are here and you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Please drop a comment. Hello. If you're on this live call, please drop a comment. Let me know you are here and you can hear me. Very, very important. I think there is. Can you guys hear me, please? If you can hear me, drop a comment. Let me know we are here and you can hear me, please. Very, very important. Can you guys hear me? Let me drop a comment. Can you? Oh, perfect. Amazing. Now I know I'm not the only one here. Okay. Akins, you can hear me. Amazing. If you can hear me, please drop a comment. Let me know you can hear me. Awesome. Michael Udemba. Welcome. Two more response and we would start with today's episode. Okay, guys, so welcome to the Expert View show. And tonight we are having a live session. This will be the first episode this year in 2023, and this will also be the 10th episode of the Expert View show. And we'll be discussing something amazing. Okay, I think you guys are here now. Where have you been? Okay, amazing. So we'll be discussing about something very important to business owners and individuals that want to make money. So this particular session is like in two segments. So the first segment we'll be discussing about how you can actually learn and master the art of closing, which is very important for every business owners. That's the first thing. And the second aspect, we'll be talking about people that are actually interested in learning this skill so they can offer it as a service to other businesses. So you can actually make money offering this service, this skill as a service to other businesses. So you guys will just permit me. Our guest is having a technical issue, so we are currently about fixing that. But I'm just here to tell you we are live. So just give me few minutes, please. Don't go anywhere. Just give me a few minutes. I'm still here with you guys. So let me just fix this and we'll be right back. Just hold on, guys, please. Hold on. I'll be right back. Stay with me. I'm still here. Just give me a few seconds and we'll be back. Okay. Wow. Okay. Looks like everybody is off now. And yeah, we just need to do this regardless of all of the hiccups. Okay, so I'll be bringing on our guest. I'll bring on our guest, Joseph Dunn. Can you hear me?
Yo, Samuel, hello, I can hear you. It's crazy, man. You can plan something and Nigeria will change the plan for you.
Wow,
It's
really?
crazy. Yeah.
It is well. Okay, so welcome back. Regardless, we just need to do this.
Just
All
to confirm though, how is my environment and my sound? Is the noise from everywhere getting into the show? Or are we good?
right. No, it's actually good. It's actually good.
And my voice is loud and clear and okay.
Very, very loud and clear.
Alright, if you say it's okay, then I'm good to go. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, I'm actually surprised that you're actually doing this outside. So let me just give a brief story to this. So actually, there is issue with power supply where it is, and what's it called? Trying to even get fuel is actually a big issue. You can see it's actually at the filling station, I think. But still, we just need to do this. Okay. So welcome to the show, Joseph Dunn. Let's do this, as you said. Okay, so um, if you are just joining, please just drop a comment. Just drop a comment. Let me know you guys are here. I can see some people are keen, smart, correct, come. Welcome, guys. Okay, not just to waste our time, let's just delve into today's show. And this will be a very quick one. Very quick one. So, welcome, Joseph Dunn. Kindly just give a brief introduction. Who is Joseph Dunn? What do you do? Let my people know you for those that don't know.
Without wasting much of the time, I mean, aside the fact that right now I'm in the filling station, international audience,
Wow. Now,
we don't
this
have
was
constant power supply like first world countries and all that. So the NEPA people can disappoint you sometimes and then you're stuck. Uh, so my name is Joseph Don, and basically I make a lot of money by selling things. That's what I do basically. Uh, I'm the founder of Kaizen Digital Academy. It's an online education platform, just like Masterclass. The difference between Kaizen and Masterclass is that we are set in Africa. So we are built for Africans, teaching Africans in a context and manner that Africans can understand, making money online. Aside that, I also run that company alongside my friend Bruno Ogu. It's called Community of Closers Academy. We run Community of Closers Academy together. And basically, what we do in Community of Closers Academy, actually, there's a bigger name for the company. Community of Closers is like a sublet of the company. It's called Solievo Digital Agency. And what we do basically is to help coaches, creators, and all that teach high ticket offers. And then we help regular people just like myself um, learn high ticket sales closing, and then get them to work for these people who we have created high ticket offers for. If you can see, putting on a t-shirt called Community of Closers, that's basically what we do, make money selling high ticket stuff.
amazing. Are you still there?
I'm here. I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
Okay, so guys, you just pardon us if his frame is frozen, but you can hear him. Just let's continue with the show.
Is my
Okay,
frame still frozen? Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you, but your frame is kind of frozen. But we'll just
Oh, wow.
continue.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Let's do it.
Okay. So one lesson I just learned here is this. You see, mastery is when you know what you are doing and you can actually do what you are doing anywhere it catches you. Do you get it now? So he's outside struggling to get fuel in Nigeria, but he's still doing this right now for you guys. Okay, so let's get started. Now, let's talk about the high ticket remote closing. What exactly is high ticket remote closing? What exactly is high ticket remote closing? For people that don't know what it is actually like a skill. Can you still hear me, Joseph Don?
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Okay, so just give us a
Is
brief
my
over.
is my screen still frozen? Is my frame still frozen?
Yeah, it is, man. Okay, and maybe you should just like I think you turned off your camera, something.
I
Probably
turned it back on.
it's still frozen. But let's continue. You can just turn off the camera. Let's see if that will work.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Let's let's
so let's
let's
just
go.
go
Let's
this way. Yeah, cool. So what is iTicket remote closing?
go. All right, so let's break it down into different into different segments. You mentioned high tickets, you mentioned remotes, and you mentioned closing. So let's start from high tickets. High ticket basically means something that's expensive, right? That's why it's high ticket. Um, think things worth anything between $500 to 10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million, $5 million. Those are very very expensive stuff. That is high tickets. Closing means to sell something to somebody and get them to commit and pay. That's what closing is. Remote simply means something that you're doing from anywhere. So remote high ticket closing basically means selling expensive stuff for a commission, and you can do this anywhere in the world. You can do it in your bedroom. You can do it right now. I'm in a filling station trying to get fuel. I'm here on this interview right now is remote as well. So remote high ticket closing basically works by working with businesses, coaches, creators, people who sell expensive stuff, high ticket stuff, and then all you do is you relieve the pressure from them because at the end of the day, these people are busy people, right? They are
Yeah,
busy people. They spend a lot of money, energy, and everything to advertise and generate leads. But in my conversation with most of these people, you find out that they have lesser time to actually sell to these leads. That's where the high ticket closer comes up. Think about somebody like Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is spending millions of dollars on advertising. Grant Cardone, Dan Locke, they're spending millions of dollars on advertising. Those guys will not have all the time in the world to come and talk to. I mean, in Grant Cardone's recent event, he targeted generating 1 million leads, getting 1 million people to register for that event.
crazy.
And Grant Cardone get on 1 million sales calls. It's
Never.
impossible,
Yeah.
right? That is why he now needs people that do high ticket closing. So we get on the phone over a Zoom call with these people, close deals, and then get paid a commission, anything between 10 to 30% of whatever deal we close. So that's how remote high ticket closing works, basically.
Amazing. That's just a very quick one and interesting one. Now let's just move very fast. And as I've said, guys, in less than 30 minutes, we'll be done with this live class because of the situation of things. Okay, now can you just take us on a journey of how you venture into high ticket remote closing? Because I know you are into marketing, and of course, there is a difference between marketing and selling, which we will talk about later. But can you just tell us what led you into this high ticket remote closing?
All right. What led me to high ticket remote closing? Let's even start from high start selling first of all. So the year is 2016, and I'm an intern at NNPC. NNPC is Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation
Sorry,
for food and beverage.
can you turn on your video now? Let's see if it will work.
All right, is it working now? Are we good?
I don't know what's happening. It's not
Is it
working.
working
Just
now? It's still
no,
frozen.
no, 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 no. Just go back to just
Okay, hold
restart.
on. Let me leave and come back and let's see if it changes.
Okay. So guys, hold on. He's still right here with us. Trust me, listen, trust me, you will learn a lot. This is one of the best salesperson that you ever meet in Nigeria and in Africa. And I'm very, very sure and certain that you'll actually learn a lot. So the whole hiccup is actually due to fuel issue and power supply in where he is at the moment. So you just need to like pardon us. We are actually doing this regardless. Okay, I think he is back. So hold on. Yeah, I think we can see you now.
Is it better now?
Yo, even
Are we
with all
good?
the problem, you are still fresh. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, let's do this, guy. Okay. So I'm asking a question. How did you actually venture into high ticket remote closing?
So, like I was saying, yeah, the year is 2016. I'm an intern at NNPC, earning 20,000 naira per month. For context, around that time, 20,000 naira should be anything around 40. Was it? Should be 20,000 should be anything around $60. So I was earning $60 per month, and it just wasn't enough because at that time we were entering economic recession in Nigeria. We had a new president. Things were just turning upside down. The price of things skyrocketing. I had to start asking myself consciously, how do I make money? If I don't make more money, things are going to get tough, and you know I'm going to be done for. It was in that quest, in that search, that I discovered this guy on radio. So one day they are driving me to the office, and this guy's on radio. His name is Kalada Hart. And he's advertising. He's like, I want to teach you how to make money online. I want to teach you e-commerce. I want to teach you all this. He mentioned like 5 things, and he says he's having a free seminar coming up in Port Harcourt, and he's going to teach us. And luckily, it was close to my house. So after I returned from work that day, so my work was quite, I call it one of the best work experiences in my life. It was quite tasking, but it was free. So how did it work? We used to go into the plant for 24 hours straight. So you go in the morning, you don't come out until the next day. You come back to your house the next day. You go in like that 3 times a week, and then the next week you're off. You have I'm off all through the next week. So it was very flexible for me. It allowed me time to explore and learn a lot of things. So fortunately, that day was the day when I was coming out of the plant and all that. So I got home, had my bath, quickly dashed out to the events venue, and this guy blew our minds. He taught us about e-commerce, making money online, creating digital products, a lot of all those things. And then what happened next was I left the event inspired. I bought the handbook he sold, and the next thing I went to do was to create an ebook. I created an ebook on how to make money online. Now, I call that one of the biggest mistakes of my life because I mean anybody that just learns something should not be creating an ebook. Anybody that just learns something should first off practice what you have learned, get good before you're ready to teach anybody. So
Yeah.
I did that. I placed a Facebook ad and it flopped. So my ad kept running. I priced the book for 500 naira. Nobody bought. In fact, one
Wow.
person called me from the ad. He called me and he was trying to negotiate the 500 naira price. I was pissed, man. I was pissed.
Away.
So I turned off the ad and I had to advise myself. I had to tell myself, guy, you just learned this thing. You're not good yet. So go and practice something from there. So I started to practice local drop shipping. And in local drop shipping, what I did was I went to the market where they sell phones and all that. And I negotiated with this woman. I told her I sell things online. Let me take pictures of your phone. Give me at good prices. I'll sell them at my own prices. I'll get people to buy them. I'll come pick up and deliver. And she
Wow.
agreed. And the first week, after I ran an ad, placed an ad and all that, we did 150,000 naira. I'm like,
Wow.
okay, this is how this thing works. You have to sell something valuable to be able to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that is how I started selling. So I went from selling phones to selling laptops to selling my service as a graphic designer to selling e-commerce stuff, until I started selling information, digital products, and all that. So the very first high ticket stuff I sold was $1,000. That was the very first high ticket stuff I sold. That was sometime in I said 2020 or so. That was the first time I sold a very high ticket stuff. It was $1,000. I didn't even need much negotiation. I noticed that, the guy reached out to me. We got on the call and all that, and I told him about the product, and it was $1,000. And before you know it, this guy bought stuff. So he bought $1,000. I'm like, wow, wow. People can actually buy expensive stuff like this
Mm-hmm.
without saying that they'll think about it for 10 years. without telling me they will get back to me, without telling me any of those stuff. I'm like, wow, okay, I should really look at selling more high ticket stuff, because selling high ticket stuff means, I mean, I get a better commission. So, for example, I sell something of $1,000, I have a commission of $20. That's $200. If I close 5 deals in a week, I make $1,000 in a week. If I do that in 4 weeks, I have $4,000 in 4 weeks. I mean, huge. I saw the huge potential and all that. So that's why I said to pitch my tents here. So you might see me like doing, like, I have my digital products on autopilot, promoting ads on Facebook and all that. But majorly, what I started doing is I'm high ticket sales, and we even started our company last year to teach people how to, create and sell high ticket items.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. That's actually a very interesting story. Okay, so let's just move on. Now, most people actually confuse marketing, selling, and closing. So I noticed most people are actually very, very good with marketing, and they take their marketing very, very serious. In fact, most people are very, very good when it comes to marketing their product, their services. But where people actually have issue, and this is what actually bring money, the selling part. So can you just clarify the difference between marketing, selling, and closing? People still confuse these three things.
Yeah, so I'll say that selling and closing are actually the same thing. It's just semantics. I think they are synonyms or something. Selling and closing basically means to get the money, right? I have a conversation with you intended at getting you to take action and bring out the money. That's what selling and closing is. Marketing, on the other hand, I mean, they're not quarreling or fighting, right? They work hand in hand. So marketing, on the other hand, is what leads to selling. If you have poor marketing, you're going to have poor sales. If you have an organization and your marketing team sucks and they're sending in bad leads, you're going to have poor sales, because
Bad
selling,
lead. That's the
sales
keyword.
and closing cannot happen effectively without great marketing, right? So marketing is how you expose your offer, your product, you introduce your offer and your product to a lot of people. It's how you amplify your voice. It's how you get a lot of people to know what you're doing. That's what marketing is. Marketing is how you make your message reach far and wide, leveraging Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, organic and paid means to make sure that your offer is seen, your offer is heard, right? And you're bringing in and generating a lot of leads and interest. Why selling and closing happens when you now have a conversation with these people to get them to take action and buy. Hope I answered the question very well.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually cool. So it's not marketing or selling now, it is marketing and selling. So you actually need marketing to bring in the leads, to get prospects, while you actually use your selling and closing skills to get the money from those leads. Amazing.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on. All right, now we have been talking about high ticket closing, high ticket this, high ticket that. But there is no way you do high ticket closing without an high ticket offer. So I want to actually ask now, what do you consider as an high ticket offer? Because this can be relative depending on who is answering this question. So what are the things you see? What are the elements that you see and make you say this particular high ticket offer, this particular offer is actually an high ticket product or not?
All right. So when it comes to elements of high ticket offer, I mean, the major ingredient and element of the high ticket offer is the price. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
$10, it's not high ticket. If it's $50, it's not high ticket. You know it's high ticket when you see the price. You see, when you see a $5,000 program, you know it's high ticket. When you see a $10,000 program, you know it's high ticket, right? So when it comes to high ticket offers, right? The one of the biggest elements of high ticket offers is how you position your offer, right? Positioning and the pricing. Those are like the two major elements of a high ticket offer. And of course, your high ticket offer is also going to be premium. So with high ticket offers, I mean, coaches can only do so little when they sell you low ticket items. So maybe you buy a $10 ebook, or you buy a $100 video course and all that. The coach cannot. There is a level of access, depth, and everything you're going to get with that, right? But when you pay for high ticket items, right, It's an experience. The experience starts with yourself. You notice that people that pay for high ticket stuff most of the time get more results than people that pay for low ticket items. Why? I'll give you an example with our coaching program at the Community of Closers Academy. I've been training people on sales for as long as I can remember, since 2019 August. I've been teaching sales actively, holding cohort classes since 2019 August. But in my whole sales training career, I've never met people, Samuel, I've never met people as serious and committed to learning and practicing and implementing as the
Wow.
people that have joined the Community of Closers Academy.
Hmm.
And the reason is not far-fetched. If you pay anything between $1,000 and $3,500 to join a training, they're not born you were me, you know, they're serious. You'll be serious.
Yeah,
You will do all
exactly.
the assignments. You will do
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
and then you notice that you naturally become better and have more results. Why?
Mhm.
Because paying for that thing automatically makes you serious. You don't want your money to waste. If it's $10, you can afford to lose $10, right? You can afford to lose $20. So you may not regard it as highly, as seriously as you should take it to get results, right? So
Yeah.
the pricing affects both the coach and the coachee. It affects the coachee in a way that the coachee is going to be serious and committed to learn and actually get better. Then for the
Exactly.
coach, it makes the coach very interested in delivering value. I mean, if people pay a premium price, right, to get access to you, you don't want to flop. You want to give as much as you can. You're also going to pay special attention to those people because they are compensating you in a way for the time and energy and value you're bringing to the table. When people are paid well in any industry, they perform very well, right? So it's the same for a high ticket offer. So a high ticket offer is premium, is more close knit. I mean, if you see Tony Robbins Masterminds, it's not cheap, but what happens is that you get to sit on a round table with Tony Robbins. You travel to an island. You sit on a round table with him. You have close access, one-on-one access. You can ask him questions. If you just buy a course, you cannot get that kind of access. So those are different between like high ticket offers and low ticket offers.
Amazing, amazing. So in summary, an high ticket offer should have premium value, should deliver premium value to whoever is getting it, and of course, it should also in return give whoever is selling it high return
Of
on
course,
what's it called of their effort. Okay, so
of
let's
course.
continue. Now this is getting interesting. Okay, now we talked about high ticket offer, and we have actually talked more on the seller side, the owner of the high ticket. But I actually want, even if this is the only thing you gain from this live webinar, there is something I want people to understand when it comes to selling, especially selling high ticket offer. And here is a question. Here is a question. Now, what do you do? Sorry, sorry. So, the question now is this. The question is, what is actually the role of a closer to the customer? Now, not to the seller now. To the seller, of course, you want to close the sale, you want to make sale and make money for the seller. Now, to the customer, what is actually the role of a closer to a customer? Once you understand this, the way you sell will actually be different. Do you
Yeah.
get the question?
So the role of a closer to the customer is the closer is a consultant, right? You're not just
Mhm.
a salesperson. You're not somebody that's hustling for the next client and all that. You're a consultant. If you must sell high tickets, right? That's one big shift that has to happen. You have to start seeing yourself as a consultant. A consultant is not desperate. A consultant is not pushy. If you go to a hospital, I mean, to talk to a chief consultant and all that, the consultant is not shaky and pushy and trying to force you to do anything. He's calm, he's confident, and he's asking you questions. So the role of a closer to the customer, the closer is a consultant. So there are two jobs in closing, and we teach this in our Community of Closers Academy, right? There are two jobs in closing. The first one is to find out if you can actually help this customer. So find out if you can help the customer. That's the job number one. The second job is to help them decide. Find out if you can help them and help them decide.
side.
Finding
Yeah.
out if you can help them now comes, you come to asking them the right kind of questions, getting them to talk, knowing if this person is the right fit. Because you don't want to waste your energy on somebody that is not the right fit, somebody that is not qualified, somebody that's not all that, right? So you actually want to find out if you can help them by asking them the right kind of questions and then help them make a decision. This is where it comes to handling their objection, customizing your offer to suit them and all that. So that's what it is. The closer is the consultant and must always see him or herself as a consultant. The day you start seeing yourself like, as a consultant, everything changes for you. Your composure, your tonality, everything changes.
Amazing. So basically, you are actually guiding the customer or the client to make the right decision. That's what you are
Exactly.
doing as a closer. Once you understand this, trust me, to change your sales game. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue now. Every salesperson, every closer, they actually have a routine that they follow, right? So, to you now, before you jump on a sales call, before you say, okay, let me pick up my phone, let me call this person, let me close them on this call, what is that thing you do? Or what are those activities, the set of activities, or maybe a thing that you do before you actually jump on this call?
What do you do before you jump on a sales call? So for what we do, which is remote site ticket closing, typically there are a few things you have to do, and it's not magic or spooky or any of those things. They're simple things. The first thing is your basic tech setup. You're basically going to be talking to people over Zoom or any video conferencing app, right? And especially if you're in a third world country like myself right now, I mean, if you're not trying to get well, right? So if you're in a third world country like myself right now, you must
Yeah,
sort out your tech issues, right? You're going to sell high ticket stuff. It's not a 10,000 naira product. You're selling high ticket stuff. $500, $1,000, 2,000, 5,000, $10,000. That means you must sort out your tech. You don't want to get on the call and the call is freezing, the call is cutting. You're asking the prospect, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
just
you're
like
going
we
to
did.
lose. You're going to lose the deal. You're going
Yeah,
to lose the deal, right? So make sure your tech is set up. Another thing you want to work on is your appearance and grooming. You don't want to come looking all tattered and battered and anyhow. You don't want to come on a singlet. You're not Alex Omozi. You're not Alex Omozi. You have not built the type of brand he has built, right?
ah, that's
People
funny.
readily pay Alex Omozi high tickets even if you
Yeah,
appear shirtless. Not you though. You're a regular person who nobody knows, right? So you have to dress very well. Wear a jacket. In our community of class academy, what we teach our students is to make sure you're on a jacket. If you're a guy, you're on a suit. If you're a lady, you're on a shirt with your hair properly done. Don't come with a bushy hair. Let your hair properly done, well shaved. Look good. The truth is that people say you are addressed by the way you dress, and then a book is always judged by its cover. You know, they say, don't judge a book by its cover. It's not true. Even you
not
that is
the
saying don't
way.
judge a book by its cover, you
Yeah,
judge. Before you buy a book, you look at its cover very well. You judge.
exactly.
Before you approach people, you look at them, you have already judged them. Right? So
Mhm.
make sure your tech setup is good. Make sure your appearance and grooming is on point. And then make sure you have product knowledge. You don't want to sell something that you don't know. You will flop. You don't know how to handle every objection that comes up, right? So product knowledge is key. The only reason I'm able to appear on this call now, right, and talk even right in the filling station is because I have the knowledge of what I'm going to say. Samuel sent me a list of questions, but to be honest, I've been planning for Kaizen Hangouts. So I just saw the questions. I said, I'll go back to it. Okay, I'll go back to it. And I told him, okay, let's do it. I'll go back to it. I've not gone back to it. I'm answering the question on the spot right now because I
That's
know what
mastery. Yeah.
I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, right?
Mhm.
So product knowledge is key. When you have adequate product knowledge, when you know what you're selling, you become a super salesperson, you become a super closer because you can both convince the person, you're also going to be very confident and calm because you know what you're selling and you know that it can produce results, right? Also, typically during high ticket sales calls, the prospects usually fill a form and all that and give you some background details about the person. So it helps that you go through it as well to understand kind of the context and who the person is so you don't flop when you come on the sales call. Those are basic things to do when you jump on the high ticket sales call.
Amazing. So make your own findings, make your research before you actually jump on this call. So you can have, because having the understanding alone will actually boost your own confidence while on the call. So you can answer any of the questions the client or customer asks. So
Exactly.
that's very, very important. Yeah, we are almost done. Okay, now the truth is, no matter how good you are with closing, there will still be some customers or some clients you try to close on a call, and you see one or two objections. They will actually have one or two objections. Could be a price objection. It could be a time objection. I'll get back to you. Could be decision making. Probably I'm not the one to make this final decision, right? Or I need to speak with my boss or something like that. So now asking you, why on a call with clients like this? Why on a call in real time? If any of these objection comes up, what do you do? How do you handle all of these objections?
If any of the objection comes up, price, time, decision making objections on the call, how do you handle it? So this is what we teach in our community of lawyers academy. Someone is forcing me to give out deep secrets right now.
Wow.
All right. So basically, decision making objection. What do you mean by decision making objection? Just to be clear, is it that the person is finding it difficult to make a decision, or the person is not the decision maker at the point? Which of it? Which is
Yeah,
it?
it could be the two. Probably is the person is finding it difficult to make the decision to buy or to pay at that point in time, or they are not the right person. There are some offers that you want to sell. The person that you are speaking to probably needs to speak with another person.
Speak to
Just like, for
somebody or speak
example,
to their wife or anything.
exactly,
Right?
exactly, or even to their boss, to their superior, or to their wife or something. So it happens.
So what we teach is for you to even avoid this decision making objection totally. Right? Because it doesn't make any logical sense for you to jump on the call and spend like 30 minutes to 1 hour talking to somebody only for the person not to be the decision maker. Right? So in our 15-step process, the first thing we want to do is to build rapport, you know, set the frame, and then the next thing you want to do immediately is to know the decision maker so that you're not far gone into the sales call. I want to know, is this person the decision maker? So the question I ask typically is, so when it comes to making huge financial decisions, do you have to consult anybody, or are you okay with making this kind of decision by yourself? So for example, say we talk now and you're the right fit and all that, and you're supposed to work with us, and we tell you what the investment looks like. Do you have to consult anybody before you take the decision? And like, I have to consult my wife, or I have to consult my brother, or I'm good, I don't have to consult anybody. Right? I'm good, I don't have to consult anybody. Then you can go ahead with the call. But if they have to consult people, typically what we want to do is to reschedule to get those people on the call. It only makes sense because listen, these people cannot present the offer the way you present it. They cannot ask the right kind of questions the way you ask the questions. Right? So typically what you want to do is to reschedule and get those other people to come on the call, to join the call, so that everybody's on the call, you're having that conversation, and then decision can be made. Right? So
Yeah.
that is how we handle decision making objection, basically. Again, with the time objection, people not having the time and all that. The truth is that when something is very important to somebody, when something is very, very important to somebody, they are going to make time for it. That is the truth. But again, in your offer and all, there should be flexibility to accommodate people that are very busy and all that. There should be flexibility.
Yeah.
So if there's that flexibility, what you want to do is to now bring it to the picture. Oh, you feel like you're not going to have the time for this, but I don't think that's true. We have sessions these days, these days. Practical example. We have somebody in the UK, in Edinburgh, in the UK, that is in our community of lawyers academy. We have 2 live calls in a week, and she can't attend the live calls on Wednesdays, or she can on Mondays rather, but she can attend the live calls on Saturdays because she'll be at home. So we have a flexible structure to make sure that if you miss a live call, the replay is up, you can access it. And then we had to fix a live call for Saturday as well, so that she could join the live call. So, so if your offer is that flexible, then it's easier to handle the time objection. But again, if things are important to people, they always find time for it. So you find a way of reminding them of the reason why they're interested in the thing you're selling in the first place, and then they find a way to handle it. And then when it comes to price, again, you don't want to be speaking to people that cannot afford your, let's say you're selling a program or something. So the way we structure our system and when we work with some clients is to make sure that at least 80% of the people that are coming into the funnel to book the call can afford it in a way. That's why we pre-qualify them to make sure that the closers are talking to qualified people. All right. So when it comes to price, there are like two things that will now come up. Not that I cannot afford it totally. Will be that number one, they can afford it, but they are trying to justify the price. They are scared of making the decision because I mean it's a big money decision and they are skeptical. They don't know if it will work for them. The second one is that they know it is going to work for them, but they don't have all the money at once, so they may want to opt in for a payment plan. So when it comes to price, if it's any of those two, what you want to do is now assure them. If they are afraid, you can assure them, talk about testimonials, tell them stories of how you started and all that, and still get them to commit. If now the people will not get all the money right now, what you want to do is to structure a payment plan for them to make the commitment and get on the program. That's how we handle the price objection basically. Of course, there's more, but you have to be part of the community of Closers Academy for us to um, teach you and train you to become badass. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So in summary, what I actually take out of that is you need to be flexible. Your offer, Joseph is truly a don. Yeah, he is truly a don. So you actually need to be very flexible with your offer. When you are flexible with your offer, you can accommodate people that can't actually commit 100%. So you could help them with a payment plan. Of course, you are selling high ticket offer. We help them with a payment plan. And you also talked about pre-qualification, which is very, very important. You don't just want to get many leads. That's one mistake most people make. Like get massive leads, but if you are getting massive leads of the wrong audience, then of course you
Yeah.
have issue with closing. So you want to pay attention to your marketing, as you said, marketing and sales they work hand in hand. So you want to pay attention to your marketing. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Now, here's the thing, even after the whole scenario, trying to handle their objection, giving them this, giving them that, trying to close them, there will still be some people that will not buy. So, what do you do? What's the next phase after trying to close them? What's the next phase? What do you do after them, even if they are not committing with all of the things you have done?
What do you do after talking to the person and you're unable to close them, or they're probably not the right fit? Move on. Move on. Right? What I teach people and business owners and entrepreneurs is to be able to make sure that your sales pipeline is full. If your sales pipeline is full, you understand that at the end of the day, you cannot close everybody. There's nobody that can guarantee that you close. When people say, I'm going to teach you how to sell anything to anyone, how to make anybody to buy anything you're selling in this world, they're not being sincere. You can't sell to everybody. You can't close everybody. And then at the end of the day, everybody's not going to be a right fit for you. So even if it's going to pain you, that I mean, if you truly believe in what you're selling, it's going to pain you because you're seeing a life that can be potentially changed, but the
Mhm.
person is walking away from it. Let them walk. That's why it's called high ticket. You're not going to force them. You're not going to. I mean, if you go to a hospital and they tell you that the money for the surgery is 2.5 million naira, and you have only 100K, what do you expect the people to do? They cannot do anything about it.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
cannot, if you cannot afford it or they cannot get it, go to a general hospital. That hospital is not for you at the time, right? So the thing is to move on to the next call on your calendar and see how to close that person. When you're unable to close, move on. Make sure your sales pipeline is full. Make sure that your calendar is getting booked so that you can get on calls with more people. Why people cry a lot of the time? People cry, this prospect is becoming difficult. I just lost the prospect. I cannot. It's because your sales pipeline is not full. If you have, let's say, if you have 300 people to talk to in a month, your calendar all booked, and one person out of those 300 you did not agree to close, you have 299. You're going to move on to the next one immediately because you still have more people to talk to. But when your sales pipeline is empty, then you're going to start weeping and crying. So move on.
Okay, now this brings me to the next question. So if you are moving on all clients, where is the place of follow up? When do you actually follow up a client?
You don't follow up a client that you're unable to close, quote unquote, right? Um, there are different ways to follow up anyway, so I wouldn't say that directly. So, for example, if you're leveraging on technology to follow up, you're using email, you're using retargeting ads, you're using all that. Of course, you can always be in their faces and you can always follow them up. But the follow up where you need to pick up the phone and call, or you need to use WhatsApp, the person has to have shown commitment. So, for example, we are talking to this top creator, and we're supposed to help him create a high ticket offer, and we settled for him paying an amount between, I think, $1,500 to $2,000 on that, right? And he was unable to make a financial commitment as at then. But one thing that he requested for was like paperwork on all that. I'm ready to sign paperwork. I'm ready to do all this. I want to begin in February when I have the bulk of the cash to give to you. Now it's easier to follow that kind of person up because this person has shown that this person is committed to doing it. He's sold on the product. He believes that it's for him, right? But he's too committed to many things at the moment that he will only have time and the financial capability to do it in the next month, right? I can now follow that person up. That's the place of follow up, is to be all over the person's face, right? Of course, you don't want to be a pest. You want to be able to creatively go about the follow up. If you go on my YouTube channel, there's a recent video I released. I called it follow up, the customer centered approach. I taught in a in an event late last year, follow up the customer centered approach. So there I thought about 20 different ways you can follow up your prospects. So anybody that's still interested in learning follow up and is ready to watch like a 25 minutes long training should go ahead and go to my YouTube channel, Joseph Don. Just search for Joseph Don on YouTube. It's one of the first videos there, and go ahead and watch it.
Joseph Dunn. Okay, that is just a name. Just search on YouTube and you would be able to watch the video. You will actually get value from it. Okay, I think we have just few more questions and we are done. Okay, now my next question, we have talked about the skill itself. Like we have talked about how you can close, how you can handle objection, what an I ticket offer is, and so many other things. Now my question is this. My next question is this. How can someone make money as an I ticket closer? What is the payment model? Not everybody understand how I ticket closing works because it's actually a business. So how can people actually make money? What's the payment model like? Can you just give us an overview of that?
So the question is, pardon, because I'm going to work. Let me check my queue. I'm still at filling station. So
Crazy
how
man.
can how can somebody make money
Yeah.
as a high ticket closer? Uh, by making money. So practically and basically, what you're doing is you're working with businesses who sell expensive stuff. That's what you're
Yeah.
doing. Working with businesses who sell expensive stuff, right? So the first thing we need to do is to learn the skill of selling. That's the first thing you need to do. Learn the skill of selling, because when it comes to high ticket closing, the number one thing is the skill, right? Learn the skill. Learn the skill. You could either do a certification program like what we do at the Community of Closers Academy, or okay, my my queue is I still have some time. Okay, so you could
Wait, hold
either
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Sorry. For people that will be watching this later, or if you are just joining, there's actually a power issue and fuel scarcity at the moment where he's actually joining us live. So that's why he's doing this at the filling station. We just need to do this for you guys. So just pardon me, pardon him, and enjoy and get the value in this class. Let's continue. Can you hear me?
all right, great, great, great.
Yeah.
By the way, let me just throw a question to the audience. Have you guys been getting value so far, and has this been insightful for you? Go ahead and reply us in the comments.
Drop a
Um,
comment. Let's know you're actually getting value. Just need one, two, three responses, and we would continue, guys. There is actually a lag, so let's see. If you are still here, please drop a comment.
Great. So while they're answering, let's just move on because of time. So,
Yeah.
like I was saying, how do you make money as a healthcare clerk? The first thing is not to start with the money. The first thing is to start from the process, right? So, so of course, thank you so much, MOC Tech Solutions. Okay, so the first thing is to start from the process. What is involved? Number one, you have to learn the skill. The skill is called sales, right? You have to learn how to sell. Of course, you could do it in two ways. You could either get on like a certification program like what we do at the Community of Plus Academy, get our program, learn and become certified. Or the next thing, or the thing on this, go on YouTube, search for high ticket closing and all that, and you can go ahead and watch all the videos on high ticket closing. I mean, the problem on YouTube, however, is you don't have access to the person to ask questions, you don't have access to community support, personalized feedback, and all that. But of course, it will take you a longer time, but you can get started by watching YouTube videos as well. Now, the second thing after getting the skill is to um, hunt for businesses. That's the second thing after getting the skill. You're now going to hunt for businesses that actually sell high ticket stuff. And if you position yourself properly, I had some dude from the UK reach out to me yesterday. They are selling their product for $2,500, and he's offering me $300 commission for every prospect I close. Right, and we are still talking though for me to understand how his offer works and all that. Right, so you hunt for the businesses. You After hunting for the businesses, the third thing you do is to negotiate your commission and the commission structure with them. So once for the businesses, you can either go on high ticket closing Facebook groups. There are a lot of them. You're going to see people that are saying, I'm hiring a high ticket closer, this so time zone. I'm hiring a high ticket closer, I'm hiring a high ticket closer. So you can basically talk to those people, get to on the call with them, understand how their offer works and all that, and then negotiate your commission structure. It could be 10%, it could be 15%, it could be 20%, just depending on the commission structure that the business offers, right? And then you get on the call, you close, and you get paid. If they are paying you in dollars, of course, you have to have a means of receiving the payment. I'm sure that on Samuel's YouTube channel, he has discussed like a lot of ways you can receive payments, foreign payments from Africa and Nigeria, right? So you go on Samuel's YouTube channel and find out all the ways you can, because you don't send them your GTB account or your FCMB account. If you're
Yeah,
selling
that's
programs
true.
in dollars, there are also Nigerians that sell high ticket stuff. So you can also reach out to those people as well and offer to take their sales calls, right? However, the advantage of taking the community of closers certification training is that part of what we do, right? Some part of what we do is to bridge the gap of people going to look for high ticket closing jobs. So part of what we do is to work with business
Sorry,
owners,
sorry, sorry.
create
Before you continue with that, can you hear me? So,
I
guys, we are already wrapping up because I'm about to ask a question, but you're already answering the question. So, in case you have any question, like if you have any question at all, just drop them in the comment section, and once it's done, you will answer all of your question. So you can continue. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
Hope I'm not
continue.
frozen again.
No, 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 no. We can hear you, can see, and hear you
All right,
clearly.
great. So, like I was saying, what we do at the Community of Law Academy is to kind of bridge that gap. So, what we do basically is to train you as a high ticket closer, certify you, and then what we do is to place you in a job. So you don't have to go through the hassle of going to hunt for closing jobs and all that. It's like seamless. Once you pass our test, of course, we don't want to give high tickets, have big high tickets closers to these business owners because our reputation is at stake. We have a network of a lot of business owners, coaches, consultants, creators that have high ticket programs and courses for sale. So what we do is train high ticket closers and then place them in these different businesses that sell high ticket stuff, right? So you go from learning high ticket closing to closing for businesses and making anything between $1,000 to $4,000 per month doing it. Right now, we are just about concluding. We're on like the sixth or seventh week of our first batch, and these people are going to be handed over to the businesses we have on board right now. I don't know. I think this is that way. Right. They are going to be handed over to the businesses we have on board, basically. So if it's something you're interested in, what you want to do is to go to this link. So somebody can help me display it. Communityofclosers.com slash webinar. That's it. Communityofclosers.com slash webinar. Now,
Of
when you go to
closers.
that link, all you need to do is to fill your details, right? And then it's going to take you to a page where you're going to watch like a video on what remote high ticket closing is, how it works, how you can get started, and all that. And if you feel like you like what we have to offer, then go ahead and book a call with us, and we'll get talking from there. So that's how you can get started, basically.
Okay, amazing, amazing. So if you're interested, I think this is actually one of the first community like that actually train people on how to be closer. So if you want to actually learn this, either for your business to learn how to close, probably especially if you're into real estate and all of that, you sell high ticket offers, landed properties, and all of that, I would advise you jump on the call, or you sell high ticket programs as well. I would advise you check out the community. Now, this is not a course, this is like a program, and you also have access to a community of fellow high ticket closers. So, if you're interested, go to this link as you have said, and we can actually jump on the offer they are throwing at you. And yeah, so if you have questions, I've put it in the comment section. If you have questions, can actually drop it, and it will be answered. Even though this particular live session at the beginning it was somehow, it was because of third world principalities. But
Right, right.
even though, even though we still had to do this. So guys, I'm not seeing any question, and I don't want to waste anybody's time here. And for our guests, you also need to figure out how to get his petrol. And guys, I'll just use this platform to say, I'm not telling you who to vote for, but go get your PVC,
Vote, tell
get your
them, vote for
PVC.
Peter Obi, please. Vote for,
so,
don't vote your conscience. You don't trust your
so guys,
conscience. Vote
so
for
guys,
Peter Obi on February
so
25th.
guys,
I have my PVC, I'm going to vote for
uh,
him.
yeah, so guys, just I would just say, guys, get your PVC and vote the right person. If everything is right by now, you should not be here looking for, because there is no
Well, I
power
shouldn't be in the
supply,
police station
there
by
is
now.
no fuel, and I understand. Yeah, I understand because I can see everybody is complaining about this. So I'm just using this platform to say, go get your PVC and vote the right person. Okay, guys. So um this brings us to the end of this session, and I'm very sure you guys got value. For the few people that joined, got value, and I'm very sure some of you will be watching the replay. So if you are watching the replay, if you got value, drop a comment in the comment section below. And to our guest, I want to appreciate you for your time, and even though with all of the hiccups, you were still able to do this even outside. Thank you. I appreciate, and I'm very
Thank you
sure.
very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
to do this again, this
yeah,
time in a
yeah.
more serene location.
Of course, would talk about that. All right, thanks, man.
All right, thank you very much. Good night.
Good night, man. Yo, guys. So that is it. That is it. That is it. I want to be sure. I want to be sure, and I want to believe you actually still got value. If you joined late, I would advise you go check the replay. You can just fast forward the replay, and I'm very sure you get value. So, guys, as I've said, I don't want to waste anybody's time. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Also, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, and see you later. Wow.